Hello, I'm Father Joe Gambala. Today is Wednesday of the 32nd week in Ordinary Time. Our reading today is from the Gospel according to St. Luke. Jesus continued his journey to Jerusalem. He traveled through Samaria and Galilee. As he was entering a village, 10 lepers met him. They stood at a distance from him and raised their voice, saying, "Jesus, Master, have pity on us." And when Jesus saw them, he said, "Go show yourselves to the priests." As they were going, they were cleansed. And one of them, realizing that he'd been healed, returned, glorifying God in a loud voice. He fell at the feet of Jesus and thanked him. He was a Samaritan. And Jesus said in reply, 10 were cleansed, but were they not? Where are the other 9? Has none but this foreigner returned to give thanks to God? Then he said to him, "Stand up and go. Your faith has saved you." The gospel of the Lord. Well, up until about 100 years ago, leprosy was one of the most feared diseases worldwide because no one had a cure for it. And everybody knew that if you touched something that a leper had touched, you too might get leprosy. And the only solution was to isolate the leper, to move them to a leper colony. The island of Molokai is where the Polynesians, put their lepers, for example. And in Jesus' time, there were villages along the border of Samaria and Judea where the lepers were sent to live. It meant that not only were you sick, you now had to leave your wife or your husband or your kids or your village or your family, everybody that you knew, and you no longer were part of your community. You live with other people who are simply lepers. And when Jesus heals the lepers, he does a lot more than just cure them from a disease. He restores them to their husband or their wife or their children or their family and their villages. He restores them back into the community. And this miracle foreshadows Jesus restoring us to our Heavenly Father through his cross and resurrection.